Hey, it's Angel Vane, and this is episode 2 of my author's diary. Now today, I'm going to be talking about how agitated and irritated I got yesterday, and I feel like it was something that was been building up over this whole week. Now when you think about your favorite authors, I'm sure you think that they just have this multitude of all of these ideas just always clanking and clanking and clanking around in their head, and they probably do, which is why they probably publish way more books than I have. I actually don't have that same type of head where I have all of these ideas just clanking and clanking around, just waiting to be, put out onto the pages for my next novel. So I've been really thinking about, okay, what book am I going to write next? So I have written The Hidden Threat, which is a novella that is currently free if you join my mailing list. It stars Bojan Ali and Ella Sapphire. Ella is actually one of the main people that drives my full-length novella, The Accidental Hero, and I won't tell you exactly how she connects between the two stories. I'll let you read that and find that out. The Accidental Hero actually focuses on two completely different people, Julian Montgomery and Mina Nix. Julian is an ex-Navy SEAL who did something really bad in his past and feels very guilty about it, so he's kind of taken himself into self-exile. And then Mina Nix, she focuses on ethnographic art, tribal art, African art, Caribbean art, and she restores pieces. So it's how these two kind of cross paths, and you get a chance to see how Ella comes into the mix. The stories that I write are all set in my fictional island chain of the Palm Chat Islands, and I like to kind of do it, and a lot of authors do it this way as well, where they kind of create this world, and so you interact with different people in the world, and some secondary characters in certain books become main characters in another book, so that you're always around the same type of people that live in the particular world. So that's kind of what I'm going for. So really I was at the point where I was like, okay, well, who am I going to spin off next to their next book? And I was hitting the blank. And you hear it lots of times where authors talk about, oh, are they a plotter or are they a pantser? I am not a pantser. I plot things out to the T, but I could not figure out how to get started and where I wanted to go from there. So it's like, what am I gonna write about next? That's kind of how I felt. Because of that, I think the agitation, the irritation started building to the point where yesterday, everybody that I interacted with, they were like, ooh, what's wrong with her? Oh, she sure is acting like she's getting real irritated and agitated with people. And I was. So I came home and I said, okay, Angel, why are you being so agitated and irritated with people? And I didn't have a good answer. And so then I said, okay, now you need to do something that just really breaks the mold. And whenever I'm feeling irritated or agitated and I can't quite get to the root cause of what's driving it, I need to separate myself and do something that is really methodical. So I decided to cut my backyard. And when you're cutting your backyard, you're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it's really methodical, but you can actually see like the progress that you're making. And things are starting to look better and better and better and better as you continue to move back and forth across your backyard. Now my backyard is kind of big, so I end up walking about 4.5 miles to cut just my backyard. And by the end of it, and it was very meditative because I didn't let myself listen to any music or anything. I just focused on the yard, going back and forth, back and forth. And by the time I finished, I kind of realized that it was because I was struggling with my story and where to go next. Through that process, after I got through cutting the yard, I said, okay, you got to pick the character that you want to go to next. And I decided that Bojan Ali from The Hidden Threat is the next character that I want to focus on in my next novel. And having that kind of solidified in my head really started the juices to going again. So now I'm creating this really good story for Bojan. The next book that I'll be focusing on will be more delving into his story and what's happened to him after The Hidden Threat, which is the novella, the prequel kind of novella to The Accidental Hero. So with all of that, I have learned that whenever you're feeling agitated, irritated, and you don't quite know why, the best thing to do is to just step away from people. Don't take it out on them. Go to a place where you can be alone, have some type of meditative state where either you're doing something or not doing something, but allow yourself time to kind of be within yourself and figure out what's really driving the agitation and the irritation, because as soon as you can get to the root cause of that, the sooner you can get over it. And that concludes episode 2 of my author's diary. If you want to keep up with me and my stories and all the ups and downs I go through as I try to write and publish new books, click the subscribe button so you won't miss a video when I put one out, and I I will see you next time.